This is exercise number 7, so this is how it's going to be set up here. And you're going to notice this is different from our other ones in that we're going to use our 14-2 where we have our black and white wire here. But here we're using our 3-wire cable where we have a black, a white, and a red wire as well as our copper ground. And then over here we're going back to a 2-wire. So you're going to need a small length of 3, what's called, I believe ours is 14-3 or 12-3. It looks like this. We have black, you have the copper, you have a white and a red. So you're gonna need this. You're gonna need 2 pieces of just the 14-2. You're gonna need 6 wire nuts, 1 light receptacle, 1 jumper wire black, 1 receptacle for the plug, 1 switch, and your screwdriver, lineman pliers, and your cutters. We're also gonna be using box 1, box number 2, and light receptacle 1 for this project. So for cutting this, normally this is used for 14-2 or 12-2. That means it's got 2 wires, but we can use it for 3 if we're very careful. So you want to use this 12-2 here. So I'm going to just very lightly cut this, wiggle it back and forth, and pull. And you might not cut through, so just again, real light and pull, because you don't want to cut into the wires. It's not designed for 3, but just make sure your wires are not cut through here, and that should be fine. So now we're going to go and hook this up. We've already pre-wired this from our power source down to 1, and then we're going to run this from 1 here to our light box here. Just feed that through. So here we're going to create this pigtail here. We're going to come from power here from our power source, and we're going to pigtail into our switch, and then continue this up across over to our receptacle on the box number 2 at the bottom. And then we're also going to pigtail our copper wires together, and we are going to connect our neutral wires together here as well. So we can just start with our neutral wires. It's kind of the easiest thing to begin with. So one of these are already cut. We're going to go ahead and do this other one. Tie these together. Just if they're in the way, just shove those right out of the way. Give yourself some room to work. Get them lined up. Give them a twist. Put these in the box, get these out of the way. That way it keeps us a little better organized. Let's do our copper ground wires next. And again, we need our pigtail here. It's going to join on to the switch. So we're going to put these 3 together, twist these together. Kind of push that in a little bit, kind of get that out of the way so we have this hanging out. And then we've got our 2 black wires here. These are going to be pigtailed together with our jumper wire here. So let's just prep this one. And then we've got our red wire here we need to prep real quick, so let's cut that off. And actually it should be, I believe it is 12. This one is 12. Yep. So. Looks pretty good. Okay. So we're going to start with the switch. We're going to connect the black wire here to the bottom and get that set up. You've already done this before, it's pretty easy. And then don't forget on your other side we have to connect our ground to our green screw. Hook that up. Okay, and so we're done here. So again, tuck this into your box. Get that screwed in a couple turns, hold it for placement. And then we'll move up to our light box. So we're going to start with the easier things here. What we're going to do according to our diagram, and always reference your diagram, we're going to tie these two together, give these a twist. Tuck these up in the box. Our two copper wires, we're going to tie these two together. Why not on there? And then what we need to do here is we are going to put a pigtail on our neutral wire to these two. So I'm going to join these three up. Get them lined up as best you can. They're a little squirrely, so do your best. And you're going to twist these together. And then we should just have these two hanging down, and this is going to get connected to the back of our light receptacle again. Same thing. Now instead of black going to our brass or gold color, our red is going to go to the brass, and our white is still going to go to this chrome or silver color. It's the only difference between the two. So you're just going to connect these up, and then the last step is we're going to connect our socket to our box number 2 here, and you've all done this before again. So we already did our pre-bend and strip this wire. So hook these up, and did it the wrong way. Twist and a little bit tighter. There we go. Going the right way. Connect to our neutral. Oh, look at that. That's way too far. So we're gonna fix this real quick because we don't want that hanging off. So I'm just going to bend this back a little bit, cut a little bit of that off, and see if you can kind of hook this. Sometimes it doesn't want to hook. That's Okay, sometimes I'm just gonna take the pliers and just roll it over. Let me turn that way so you can see better. I take my pliers, put it in here, and sometimes you just gotta grab it and roll it over a little bit. And that's a little big, but then I can kind of press that down and straighten it out. That looks much better. But I've got it the wrong way. Ha! Let's turn it the right way. Okay.
Is that the cleanup though?
Connect to ground. And you should be all set. Put your socket in this box. And again, you want to check it with the breakout box. One thing that you shouldn't have though, this switch should only control this light. And you also, of course, you need to check the light with the switch. This should not be controlled by the switch. This should just be when you plug in the test piece, this should just light up three green LEDs. If you did it properly, it should not be connected to this. This should only be connected to your light when you're testing it.